you're in the market to buy or sell a house, consider this. What you don't know about your agent may hurt you. Vincent Arcuri and Mark Hausherr from Cooperative Real Estate are here this morning to discuss this.
Yeah, one of my favorite topics. Good morning. Good morning. Always good to be here.
You told us, you said, okay, because your segments are called Realty Rant.
Right.
This is really, we may go off into a rant if we have time.
We're going to do a rant today. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So talk about the relationship between agents, because I think some of us, and especially as the consumer, or maybe the home buyer, the home seller, this is a touchy situation.
Well, you know, I always like to say, and I've said a few times on the show, that the first person to ever make a mountain out of a molehill was a real estate agent. And unfortunately, that happens sometimes in our industry where the real estate agent is trying to show their buyer or seller how much they know. And what they do is they take a very small issue, maybe a broken door handle on a kitchen cabinet, for example, and it seems like everybody's at war with each other over this. And then at the end of the transaction, buyer and seller are in completely different rooms. Real estate agents are adversarial with each other, and that's not the way that it should be, and that's not the way we preach in our office. You know, we want to have harmony. We want buyer and seller. If you're watching this, you've probably said, oh my gosh, I had one of those experiences. To me, it's the job of the real estate agents, both sides, to keep everybody calm and to keep the transaction going smoothly and make everybody love each other, because it's a very stressful process to buy or sell a home, and it's our job to make the ship sail smooth, if you will.
I love that. Can't we all just get along?
Can't we just all get along?
So let's talk about how you guys met, and I love this. So tell a little bit about the backstory, because you were with another agency.
Another firm.
Yeah.
I represented the buyer on the transaction. Vince was the listing agent, and turned out to be a very difficult buyer.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It was probably the most difficult deal we've ever done, and I admired the way Mark, if I wasn't a real estate agent myself, I would use Mark. He's the hardest working guy you've ever seen. He was painstakingly, this guy was the most difficult buyer I've ever seen, and it could have very easily blown up, and it was a pretty substantial deal. So, and he was
good
very,
size.
Yeah, and he pretty much handled the deal, kept the guy in check. I kept my seller from really disliking this person, and ultimately we ended up having a successful sale.
Well, I was just going to say, yeah, so what eventually
Vince and I kind of went nose to nose. I mean, we were tough and representing each side, but we stayed calm because the primary goal is we got a buyer that wants to buy and a seller that wants to sell. We got to make it work.
Well, and I like hearing that you're going to fight for who you're serving for and who you have a relationship with, your client.
But you know what, though, Carly, it gets to a point where people you shouldn't be fighting. It's a discussion. It's a rational discussion. Are you going to fix it or not fix it? I mean, for me, I would rather come out of my pocket and fix something myself on something like that than to have my client upset. And sometimes you deal with such egos. I remember when I was a new agent, Mario Polo, who's still, they used to Polo Group, people that remember the Polo Group, is somebody who mentored me as a new agent. And he heard me say something to another agent one time, called me in his office and wiped me out. And I never forgot the lessons that I learned, that you just cannot do that. And if you don't learn those lessons, you're not going to be doing this business long.
Well, and are there red flags that maybe as a homeowner or someone who's going to buy or sell that can look out for, that think, okay, this may not go as well as I want because the agent isn't acting how they should?
I think
Any red flags?
Yeah, I think, go ahead, Mark.
Well, I think sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't. It's when you get really into the transaction that things start popping up, and that's how you handle it. You're going to get rattled, you get rattled, or the buyer going to get rattled. It's staying calm and
Maybe
doing the right thing.
Recommendations,
it's
though.
about doing the right thing.
Obviously, if you are able to do it well and you have this good reputation in the business, is that you don't do that, then...
Well, I think the consumer needs to ask when they're interviewing a real estate agent, you're buying or selling a home, you need to make it clear, listen, I want you to be strong, but I don't want any adversarial type of relationship, because it does sometimes you end up, and then I'll give you a quick example as we wrap up. I know that, now all of a sudden you busted this other agent's chops, and now the financing's delayed, and oh, we need to delay the closing for a week. Well, if somebody's been busting my chops, hey, maybe it's not going to go so smooth for you when you need something
I wish
back.
we had the whole hour.
Me too,
because
I could go on. But
Maybe we'll come back and talk
I made it
about
exciting because I brought Mr. Excitement, Mark. We call him Mr. Excitement in the office with us, so I made the program exciting today.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the passion that you have for your job and making sure everybody gets along. We appreciate it. Again, there is the website to find out more, to watch past segments as well, or their number to give them a call.